everyone, welcome aboard. Thank you for joining me right here on Jennifer Actual Speaking. I am, of course, Jennifer Clyde. It's time for lesson 45, and today let's talk about holiday activities. So first of all, what kinds of holiday activities do you engage in during the most important traditional or national holidays in Korea? Of course, holidays are very special. Besides the gifts that we get, I think it's a perfect chance for us to, show appreciation for one another, and is a great chance for us to spend valuable time with our family members. And of course, if you prefer to hang out with your friends during these holidays, that's fine, but let's focus on what people generally do in Korea during those holidays. So are you ready? Let's get started. Now let's begin today's lesson on holiday activities with our warm-up segment. We'll of course begin with the 5 W's and how questions as always. But one more time, I'll remind you of today's topic. Holiday activities. Well, just earlier I did mention that there are many important national holidays in Korea. For example, a few may be New Year's or even Chuseok. 한가위, right? Or Tano. But I guess you could also talk about summer holidays or even winter holidays, perhaps even Christmas, because that is a worldwide holiday that is celebrated across the world, okay? So let's ask ourselves these questions and brainstorm together with these cues. First of all, our first W question is who? So ask yourself, who do you normally get together with on holidays? Get together with means to meet up, right? Meet up at one place, get together. Moving on, who do you spend time with on big holidays? So I guess it's very similar, get together with or even spend time with. You can spend valuable time with your extended family, even with your friends and family, right? Okay, another one, are you a family person? I think we talked about this a long time ago. So what is a family person? A family person is somebody that really enjoys spending time with family. A person that values time spent with family. So if you, prefer to spend time with your mother, father, grandparents, your husband, wife, and children, then spend time with your friends, you are definitely a family person. So are you a family person? Let's move on to our what question. What are some common holiday activities you enjoy every year? So focus on a certain holiday, okay? But we're talking about common holiday activities. So these activities could be activities you enjoy or activities that people in general enjoy, right, every year, yearly, on a yearly basis. Also, what is your favorite holiday activity? What do you really enjoy doing during the holidays? Moving on, what is your least favorite? Okay, so these are the opposite. Your favorite, what you really love to do, and right, on the contrary, also think about your least favorite activity, what you do not enjoy doing. Okay, moving on, what activities do you enjoy now in the summers and winters? So try to focus on the seasons, okay? Not just on national holidays or big holidays, but in the summers and also in the winters. What kinds of activities do you really enjoy engaging in? What do you do when you gather with your relatives? So think about what you usually do with your family, with your extended family, also known as relatives. Now, what do you plan to do this year? Okay, so it's your plan. What are you planning on doing this year for the holidays? Are you getting together with your family members? Are you going to drive down to your hometown? Or are you even planning a vacation overseas? So think about these questions and let's move on to our when question. Now, when do you usually get together with your extended family members? I did mention this. Remember, extended family members? Yeah, I hope you remember, because if you did watch our lesson a long time ago, we did talk about family, right? Now, extended family members are who? Relatives, of course, family, but they're not your immediate cousins or immediate sister, brother, but we're talking about perhaps your uncle's son's son, for example. They're all your family, but they are extended family members, okay? Also, when was the last time you had fun with your relatives? It could have been on a national holiday, say for example on Chuseok or on New Year's Day. That's right, because that's when usually people or relatives, family get together. So think about the last time you had lots of fun with your family. Moving on, where do you usually go during the major holidays? Now, major is what? Major is another word for big, very important. The big, important holidays of Korea. So where do you usually go during these holidays? Also, where do you plan to go this year? Another one. Now, think about your plan. What are you planning on doing this year for the holidays? Now, why do you enjoy the activities you mentioned earlier? Now, remember, what was or what is your favorite activity, holiday activity? So perhaps you can explain why you enjoy that activity. Why don't you gather with your family members during the holidays? So focus on why you don't gather, why you don't get together, why you don't meet with your relatives. I know for a lot of reasons, say for example, a lot of, females and males that have reached a certain age. And if you're not married yet, I know. You go to your hometown, you meet your relatives, and they keep asking you, when are you going to get married? Why aren't you getting married? So perhaps your reason could be because I am sick of hearing their questions about marriage or about jobs or whatever it may be. So think about your reason as to why you do not like to gather with your family members. Now, finally, our how question, we've got two for you. How many times a year do you celebrate holidays with your family? So focus on how many times a year, okay? So how many times a year do you celebrate holidays with your family? Our last question, how many people usually get together for the holidays? Of course, we're talking about people, meaning perhaps family members. Could be friends if you usually get together with friends, but let's focus on family members getting together. So how many of your family members get together for the major holidays? Okay, so these are our 5W and how questions. You can brainstorm more on your own, but now let's move on to our next segment. It's time for Actual Talk.
So Rachel, what is your favorite holiday?
Thanksgiving, hands down.
You know, that's my favorite too.
I think it's many people's favorite holidays out of most of the holidays that we celebrate.
It has the three most important things. Family, food, and football.
That's pretty clever. That's good. But you're right. I think because it allows family members to get together. That's why so many people really enjoy it. That's why I enjoy it.
Well, and it's the least commercialized of all the, holidays.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what we do for Thanksgiving? We travel to upstate New York to my aunt's house.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and we go, it's about a 3-hour drive, but the drive is so beautiful because we take this scenic route, and it really gives my family a time to just get together and chat and talk and share in the 3-hour car drive, so it's pretty nice. And then when we get to my aunt's house, what we do is we just pig out and we eat the most delicious food and we just chill.
Yeah. Actually, we have an aunt's house too, and ours is in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
And my mom's the oldest of 8, so
wow.
People come from all over the country, actually all over the world sometimes.
Wow.
And we just kind of pack in like sardines.
Like
everybody's staying, triple in a room. But we have a lot of fun. We play some poker and
nice.
Watch some movies, maybe some old movies, and of course, some football.
Yeah, that sounds really good. And I think, those holiday activities are just really fun and gives families a time to get together, which is really nice.
Well, in the modern world, we don't have a lot of time for that, so.
Exactly.
It's good to spend time with family.
When you can.
Welcome back, everyone. Did you enjoy the actual talk between Peter and Rachel? I hope you did. Of course, today for you during our lesson, I do have a summarized version of the conversation. If you want to check out the actual conversation, everything that's there, you can come to our homepage for that, okay? So let's take a look. What did they talk about? They did talk about holidays and spending time with their family, what they usually do, right? They mentioned their favorite activities. So first of all, Peter asked Rachel, what is your favorite holiday? This is a great way to start a conversation. Instead of asking, so what's your favorite holiday activity? You can throw a question and then gradually get to that. So what is your favorite holiday? And Rachel says, Thanksgiving, hands down. So what does this mean? Okay. Well, we know her favorite holiday is Thanksgiving, but then she says hands down. Hands down? Okay. For those of you that are wondering what this means, it basically means easy and certain. So what comes to mind? Now, if you say something is hands down, it's so easy for you to say yes or no, meaning it's a question that you don't need to think about. Okay? 당연한 거죠. Okay? So you can say hands down, which means it's an easy question to answer, and certainly. Got it? Okay. Now, Peter says, that's my favorite too. And then Rachel says, I think it's many people's favorite, right? Out of all of the holidays, out of all of the many holidays that we celebrate. And then moving on. Now, yes, it has the three most important things. And Peter, of course, mentions family, of course. Food is something we cannot leave out. And also football. But of course, he was probably talking about not necessarily American football, but it could have been soccer as we are more used to. Anyhow, now, he says Thanksgiving is his favorite because the holiday has the three most important things: food, family, and sports. Now, Rachel says, I think because it allows family members to get together. Many people really enjoy it. So what is the reason? She thinks it's because a lot of family members get together, okay? It is an opportunity or a chance for them to get together, and that is why people really enjoy Thanksgiving. Now, that's why I enjoy it, she says. That's why I enjoy the holiday, Thanksgiving holiday. Now, and Peter says it's the least commercialized of all the holidays. Now, we all know what a commercial is, right? Let's break it up to there. We often see commercials on television, okay? I think in Korean, they call it CF, okay? Commercial film, so we say CF, 광고, right? But often we just say it's a TV commercial in English. But if you use commercialize, you're basically saying that something is kind of made into a commercial, meaning there's advertising about something. There's always some sort of financial profit there. So the least commercialized means there's not much advertising. It's not about buying things. It's just about really spending valuable time with family, okay? And then she says, you know what we do, okay, for Thanksgiving. Now, let's take a look at this. Do you or you know what we do, okay? Simple. Now, for Thanksgiving is a pattern you should keep in mind. You could also ask, you know what I do for my birthday? You know what I do for New Year's? You know what we do for Christmas? Okay, so always remember, you know what we do for something. Okay, and she says, we travel to upstate New York to my aunt's house. And Peter said something similar as well, but first of all, Rachel explains. It's about a 3-hour drive. We talked about this too. So this meaning that usually she drives to upstate New York. And how long does it take? That's right, 3 hours. It is a 3-hour drive. But the drive is so beautiful. Why? Because we take the scenic route. Okay, it's a 3-hour long drive, but it's beautiful. Now, scenic here means beautiful scenery. So route is perhaps a path or a way or a road, right? Route or route. It's pronounced differently, so it can be pronounced both ways. But she says, we take the scenic route, meaning we drive on a very beautiful route, okay? And it really gives my family time to get together and chat and talk and share. These three words are very similar in meaning. Chat means what? Chat means to chit-chat, to talk, and also talk means to talk, 대화를 나누다, and also share means what? In Korean, it's 나누다, right? But what are you sharing? You're sharing your thoughts, your memories, everything that is on your mind. So these three things have something very much in common. It basically means to talk and share each other's thoughts, okay? Now, Peter says, actually, we have an aunt's house too in Chicago, and he says, what do they do? People come from all over the country, actually, all over the world sometimes. And we just kind of pack in like sardines, okay? Sardines, well, first of all, try to break that up into, Korean. I guess the easiest way to maybe explain to you pack in like sardines is 통조림, okay? So we have a can of something. And when usually you put something into a can, often that's sold at supermarkets, what is it? It's packed, it's full of something, right? So sardine is a kind of fish. So he says, we or people pack in like sardines, meaning there are so many people in one place. It's crowded, in other words. And everybody's staying triple in a room. Now, stay triple in a room. Now, can you guess what that means? It's quite simple. Don't think too hard. Now, in a room, and people stay, right? Stay in that room. But stay triple, meaning there are 3 people per room. Okay. Now, we have a lot of fun, he says. Now, we play some poker. Now, he's talking about what they usually do. Now, here are some holiday activities that Peter's family engages in. So we play some poker, watch some movies, and of course, some football. Okay, you can watch football or play football, right? And Rachel says, I think those holiday activities are just really fun and they give families time to get together. Now, I added this bit here. This is not what Rachel mentioned, but to help you understand better what she was trying to say, perhaps that was omitted. So she's saying these activities or these holidays give families time or the chance to get together. Okay. Now, Peter says, well, in the modern world, we don't have a lot of time for that. That's true. In the modern world, basically, he's saying nowadays. Maybe not in the past, but nowadays, in present, in the modern world, we don't. People don't have a lot of time for that. That's right, we're all busy. And he says it's good to spend time with them. Them meaning family and relatives. And of course, Rachel finishes off by saying that's right, when you can, meaning it's good to spend time with them or family when you can. Okay, so that about wraps up the conversation between the two. Let's take a moment to listen to it one more time, and while you're at it, check out the subtitles.
So Rachel, what is your favorite holiday?
Thanksgiving, hands down.
You know, that's my favorite too.
I think it's many people's favorite holidays out of most of the holidays that we celebrate.
It has the 3 most important things. Family, food, and football.
That's pretty clever. That's good. But you're right. I think because it allows family members to get together, that's why so many people really enjoy it. That's why I enjoy it.
Well, and it's the least commercialized of all the, holidays.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what we do for Thanksgiving? We travel to upstate New York to my aunt's house.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and we go, it's about a 3-hour drive, but the drive is so beautiful because we take this scenic route, and it really gives my family a time to just get together and chat and talk and share in the 3-hour car drive, so it's pretty nice. And then when we get to my aunt's house, what we do is we just pig out and we eat the most delicious food and we just chill.
Yeah. Actually, we have an aunt's house too, and ours is in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
And my mom is the oldest of 8, so
wow.
People come from all over the country, actually all over the world sometimes.
Wow.
And we just kind of pack in like sardines.
Like sardines.
Everybody's staying, triple in a room. But we have a lot of fun. We play some poker and
Nice.
watch some movies, maybe some old movies, and of course, some football.
Yeah, that sounds really good. And I think, those holiday activities are just really fun and gives families a time to get together, which is really nice.
Well, in the modern world, we don't have a lot of time for that, so
Exactly.
it's good to spend time with family.
When you can.
Okay, it's time for actual talk expressions, everyone. And today, let's try to focus on expressions you can use to talk about what you normally do or what Koreans normally do during the traditional holidays, okay? So first of all, the major Korean holidays. Once again, major means big or very important. So you can say the 3 most celebrated holidays in Korea are what? The New Year, 새해죠, okay, and also 단오 and 추석. Of course, you can mention more, but we're just saying the 3 most important or most celebrated holidays in Korea are A, B, C. Okay. You can also say 추석, also known as 한가위, is without a doubt, the most important holiday. Let's take a look at this. Without a doubt, we did go over this expression. It just means definitely, positively, completely, with no doubt. Without a doubt, is definitely the most important holiday. Now, if you want to say A, which is also called or which is also known as, yes, keep this in mind. So 추석 is also called 한가위, or 추석 is also known as 한가위. Okay? Here we go, checking out another one. Now, when and how long the holidays are, you can talk about that, right? So, let's say the holiday period spans 3 consecutive days of festivities. So, span here, okay, it means to last. You're talking about how long something lasts. You can talk about a certain holiday. The holiday period lasts, spans 3 consecutive days. Consecutive means continual, okay? It continues. So for 3 straight days, there are lots of festivities, lots of fun things happening, okay? It is a 3-day-long holiday. This is just a simple way of saying this, okay? 3 consecutive days. The holiday spans 3 consecutive days, or you can also say it is a 3-day holiday. It is a 2-day holiday. It is a week-long holiday, okay? Now, 추석 is celebrated when? On, right, and then you mention the date. 추석 is celebrated on the 15th of August. Or if you just want to mention the month, let's say, for example, what would you say? 추석 is celebrated in August, okay? So there is a difference. When you want to just mention the month, you can say it is celebrated in August, in October, in December. Or if you want to be more specific and include the date and month, you can say it is celebrated on the 15th, the 20th of October, and so forth. Now, 단오 falls on the 5th day of the 5th month of the lunar calendar. It's a long sentence, could sound very confusing, but let's break it up. 단오 falls on, once again, on the 5th day of the 5th month, meaning the 5th of May, right? So falls on basically means to drop. When you say a day is celebrated on a certain day, you can say a day falls on, okay? The 5th day of the 5th month, meaning May, of the lunar calendar, or according to the lunar calendar. Lunar in this case is 음력, that's right. So keep that in mind. Now let's move on to general holiday activities, okay? During the holidays, people flee the city, meaning leave the city, okay? They all leave the city in order to visit their relatives in their hometowns. 고향이 되겠죠, okay? People nationwide, meaning all across the country, travel hours to their families' hometowns. When? For the holiday, okay? These are some activities you can talk about what people do during these holidays. Now, what about this? The pre-holiday rush. Right before the holidays, what's it like? It's very busy. People are going to department stores, to the markets, running from one place to another to exchange gifts, right? So you can say it's very busy like this. The pre-holiday rush, the business before the holidays, is all about buying gifts for family and friends. So pre-holiday, once again, pre here means before. So pre-holiday rush, all the busyness before the holiday. Moving on. It's customary for Koreans to exchange gifts with so-and-so. Now, the word customary here means it is very common. It is a common practice, okay? Something that happens generally, okay? It's nothing new. It is the usual. It's customary for Koreans to exchange gifts, give and take with so-and-so, with relatives and business acquaintances. An acquaintance or acquaintances are people that you just know. You don't necessarily have to be very close, but 지인 in Korean, people that you basically know. Okay. Moving on to family traditions. You can say it is our family ritual. Okay. To take a family trip to Jeju Island during Chuseok or during the holidays. Okay. So if you do something regularly, it is a family ritual. So try using that expression. A few more. It's our family ritual to visit our ancestors' tomb. 성묘. So you can also say to visit our ancestors' grave site or tomb as well. Okay? And also let's move on. It is our family tradition is also another way to perform, to do something. What do we do on these national or very important holidays? Yes, perform a memorial service or a traditional ancestral rite. Okay. A rite and a memorial service are very similar. But basically, if you want to briefly talk about, say, for example, 차례, you can just say, yes, we perform a memorial service or a traditional ancestral rite in respect to our ancestors, right? Okay, you can also say it is our family tradition to, what? Prepare holiday meals together. That's right, gather together and make. Prepare here means to make, okay? Cook, make. Prepare holiday meals together. Let's check out one last category. Now, typically enjoyed activities, quickly. More often than not, meaning very often. We just have a quiet time at home with close friends. So this is something simple. If you don't do anything special, but just stay home, well, mingle with your friends and family, you can say, we just have a quiet time. Where? At home with so-and-so. My cousins and I have a field day playing games. What is a field day? It's just a field day basically means a fun time doing what you enjoy. Perhaps you can go outdoors to enjoy outdoor activities. Or often in school, when we're in middle school, high school, or elementary school, a field day is a day when all the children go outside to enjoy outdoor sports or even compete in sports games. Okay, let's take a look at a few more. We always chit-chat into the wee hours of the night. We always do this. This is what you always do, okay? Chit-chat is just another word for talk, chat, into the wee hours. The wee hours are basically also called small hours, which means very late at night or early into the morning, okay? 새벽까지, 아주 밤늦게까지. Okay, so into the wee hours. And then we have one last one for you. Our relatives love to pig out and veg all day. Pig out, we took a look at this one before. Pig is what? A pig, oink, oink. Pig out means to eat a lot of food. Eat crazily, eat a lot of food, pig out. And veg basically means to really relax, have a relaxing time. Not really enjoying any sort of activity, but just sit there, relax, and enjoy your time. So you can say, our relatives, my family, my friends and I love to pig out and veg all day. Okay, these were our actual talk expressions for the day, everyone. Practice them on your own and make them yours, and hopefully make use of them in the future. All right, everyone, it is time for you to relax, stretch your muscles, stretch your arms, and enjoy this segment. It is time for today's idiom, and of course, it is related to the topic of the day. We're talking about holiday activities. So here is today's idiom. It is a busman's holiday. A busman's holiday. A busman's holiday. What is a busman's holiday? Busman, perhaps a bus driver. Well, keep that in mind and try to guess what the idiom means. Here is a sample sentence. Going to the beach is too much of a busman's holiday for him. Why? He's a lifeguard. Okay, so going to the beach is very much a busman's holiday for him because he is a lifeguard. So here is the definition. A busman's holiday in Korean is 직장에서 하는 일과 같은 일을 하면서 보내는 휴가. 이름뿐인 휴가. You're doing the same thing that you would do at work, even away from work on your holidays. So the English definition would be time spent doing much of the same on holiday or time off as you do at work. So basically, it's a vacation spent doing what you normally do for work or at work. Here's another sample sentence. Our camping vacation turned out to be a real busman's holiday. I spent the whole 3 days cooking and cleaning. I think this is what a lot of moms can say. Your job is, of course, to cook and clean and do many, many more things, but you clean and cook every day. And you go on a camping vacation and you do the same thing. So that perhaps could be called a busman's holiday. All right, everyone, that was the idiom for today. Hope you make use of it in the future. Let's now move on.
What are common holiday activities you enjoy every year? What do you do in the summers and winters, and who do you spend time with? Talk about some fun and exciting activities you enjoy with friends and family in detail.
In winter, I sometimes go skiing, but I don't like cold weather, so I just prefer to stay on my bed in my home. But I'm really crazy at hot summer weather, and I like to tanning my skin. So I usually go to water park to enjoy my summer life. And especially this year, my boyfriend will come to Korea to be with me, and we will definitely enjoy our summer life. And I promised him to go to water park with him, and we'll enjoy our summer activities like surfing, windsurfing, and scuba diving. I'm really expecting to be with my boyfriend, and I like summer so much.
So what did you think about today's actual interview? Great job, and thanks to Jung Hyung-hwa-nim. That was a wonderful interview. Now, so what did she say? She sounds like she is definitely a summer person. She does not enjoy the winter season, and she's got some great plans. She's hoping to get together with her boyfriend this summer. Yes, and of course, enjoy lots of summer activities. Let's take a look at what a wonderful job she did. First of all, some great points. In winter, she says, I sometimes go skiing, but I don't like cold weather. So she's mentioning two things. She says, in winter, I sometimes, occasionally go skiing, but, however, I don't like the winter season. It's too cold. Another one, my boyfriend will come to Korea to be with me. So she's now talking about her plans for the summer, and she's telling us what she plans to do, what kinds of activities she plans to enjoy with who? With her boyfriend. All right, a few oopsies as well. She said, I just prefer to stay on my bed in my home. Now, we all get an idea of what she is trying to say. I prefer to, okay, I would rather, in other words, stay on my bed in my room. In my home. Something kind of feels awkward to me. Let's try to fix just a few things here. Now, you can say, I just prefer to. That's fine. Now, stay in bed at home. So we're talking about where and where once again. But if you pay attention here, let's say, why is it not on bed and in bed? Well, simply think about this. Imagine someone laying on one's bed under the blanket. So you are inside, right? So usually when you're maybe just rolling around in your bed, 침대에서 뒹굴뒹굴거리다, you always want to say stay in bed, okay? Where? At home. I eat at home. I study at home. So keep in mind, you want to say at home. Once again, I just prefer to stay in bed at home. Now, one last one. I promised him to go to water park with him. So it's kind of repetitive, him and him once again. So let's simplify it, make it a bit simpler. You can say, I promised to go to the water park with him, okay? Or you can also say, I promised him that we would go to the water park together. Okay, you can change it around a little bit, but try not to make it repetitive by saying, I promised him, blah, 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 with him. Okay, so please do keep these tips in mind and hope you don't make the same mistakes in the future. And that is all. Well, everyone, I hope you really enjoyed today's lesson on talking about holiday activities. Now, we did focus on national holidays or major holidays in Korea and what people generally or typically do. So perhaps if someone asks you about the major holidays in Korea and what people do on these holidays, you now have a better idea of which expressions to use and which words and phrases to use to talk all about that. Now, keep in mind you can also talk about activities that people enjoy during each and every season as well. So, well, that's up to you to practice on your own. That is all for today. I'll be joining you next time with another interesting topic. I guess rather a heavier topic compared to today's topic. We'll be talking about politics and a bit about the Korean government system, so tune in for that as well. You're more than welcome to come to our homepage, everyone. Find your way over to www.ebse.co.kr and search for 제니퍼의 Actual Speaking. You'll find our scripts there and you'll find much more information there. So yeah, please do visit and come by to say hello. That is all for today, everyone. I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.